What does the American dream mean to you?
I found my profession, my real profession here when I saw the first time a television set.
If I say to you, Mario Kreutzberger, it may not ring a bell, but if I say hello to Don Francisco, millions of people around the world know him and love him. He actually holds the title for the world's longest running TV variety show. Mario Kreutzberger, Don Francisco, it's so nice to see you.
Jose, thank you very much for having me. In my broken English, I will try to answer the best that I can.
Mario Kreutzberger grew up in Chile, the son of German Jews that your father actually escaped from a concentration camp.
That's right. You know, I'm part of the national Chilean anthem. I'm a Chilean because part of the lyrics they say, asylum against oppression. And that was the case of my parents. They fled from Germany to Chile.
Your first language was German.
Yes, because I spoke with my grandmother German. She couldn't speak Spanish. And I started speaking Spanish when I went to school, about when I was 5 years old. My father was an entrepreneur, and his dream was always that I was a little higher than a tailor. And then I became in the States when I went the first time. In 1959, I was a men's clothing designer.
So you go to New York to fine-tune your craft, and then when you get there, Mario, something really changes your life.
In a very humble hotel in 32nd and Broadway, still there, it's the Hotel Stanford, I saw for the first time a television set. And that was because when I went into my room, I saw a radio very similar to the radio that I had in my house. The only difference was that that radio had a piece of glass in front in my house, and here was a glass. And when I put it on, and I saw that you were able to see and listen at the same time, I said, that was instantly, that's the future, not what I'm studying. This is before yesterday, that's the future. And I fell in love with television. That was love at the first sight.
How do you go from being 19 years old in New York, seeing something that to you all of a sudden is a very clear indication that that's the future? How do you go from seeing that's the future, but then saying, I have to be part of that future? How do you go about that?
Well, that was a coincidence because when I went back after 2 years to Santiago, Chile, they were preparing the World Cup 1962 Soccer World Cup. And the Soccer World Cup brought the television. Then I tried, and I went to the station, and I tell them that I knew more television than everybody because I was watching Art Linkletter, Johnny Carson, Steve Allen, you name it, all those big figures from the beginning. What was not easy? My perseverance, because I went every day back during 1 year, and then they gave me after 1 year the opportunity to start with a show on Sunday in August of 1962. But they fired me.
Wait, so they fire you after how long?
8 weeks. They fired me because they told me that I don't have experience. But the people, they brought me back. The audience brought me back.
Is there an immediate reaction?
Well, was it, you know, that's the beginning of television. Maybe the people that were able 40 blocks around to watch television at the beginning, there were not that many viewers. That's the reason, because I'm Don Francisco, because I started with my own name. I started as Mario Kreutzberger, but then I walked on the streets and nobody recognized me. I said, maybe it's my last name. It's so difficult to pronounce. That's why I changed to another name that was a lucky name for me. And the name of Don Francisco, I won in a radio contest telling jokes. And then I said, this is my lucky name. And then I put Don Francisco over the name of Mario Kreutzberger. And after 8 weeks, I forgot my name and I'm Don Francisco forever.
So you get back to Chile and you immediately start working on your dream. You get that live TV show. How many hours was that show?
The show started at 1 o'clock live till 9 o'clock, 8 hours. And after that, I had a talk show for another 2 hours. When I came here, I cut it in Chile to 4 hours, and then I did 4 hours in the States, in the beginning of Univision. Then I was doing every week 8 hours. I was flying every Saturday night from Santiago to Miami, and every Wednesday night from Miami to Santiago. Then I slept 8 nights every month over the plane. Crazy. I did that for 6 years.
Don Francisco!
When we're talking about Don Francisco and we're talking about the United States, I mean, for millions and millions and millions of Latinos, Don Francisco's Sábado Gigante was the equivalent of The Tonight Show, with a Today Show, with a travel show, all led by a man who was your uncle, cousin, dad, your friend. How many years, Mario, was that program on?
53 years. It's the longest running variety show ever.
How do you keep the energy up? How do you keep people's interest up? Something so long lasting, how do you keep going and making it still fresh?
You know, I was married to my wife and to the television at the same time. But who really built my family was my wife. My head, my soul was 24/7, always thinking and dreaming and television. This is a passion. This is not a work. And you have to agree with me in that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you don't do it for any other reason, for passion, for service, for trying to make a difference in people's lives. Do you ever have any regrets? Do you ever wish you had different priorities?
Well, I was not enough time with my kids when my kids were, 4. Now my kids are from 52 to 57. But when my kids were 9 years, 11 years, 14 years, I traveled around the world. I had the Cámara Viajera, the camera that was with me in 160-something countries. I was 2-3 months out of my house, traveling around the world. Regrets, I think it needed more time, my family, than what the time that I gave. And I think that's not good. You have to be, your life has to be a better balance. I think today I have a better balance. I have dreams, as always, but I have a much better balance with my family.
Mario, during the more than 50 years of Sábado Gigante in Chile and in the United States, so many people came through. I mean, help me on this, but I'm thinking there were so many people that got their first shot through your programs. Enrique Iglesias, Shakira, I mean, so many people.
Yeah, they started in my show. Most of the big stars from the 90s, 2000, 2010, they started in Sábado Gigante because Sábado Gigante was not only in the United States. We were in every country that spoke Spanish. In Spain, we were in Central America and South America.
Mario, when you look back at all of the accomplishments, all the things that you were so successful in your life, what does the American dream mean to you?
The first American dream was when I came here with 19 years. I learned so much about the United States, and I found my profession, my real profession here when I saw the first time a television set. But when I came back, I came with the idea of doing the same thing that I was able to do in my country, not only to have an entertainment program, also to unite the audience, to give support to our audience. That was very important for me. You can understand me better than anyone that you get addicted to this. I don't know how to explain that, but it's something that you need to have that connection with the audience. Mm-hmm. You feel that too?
Absolutely. It's a calling. Mario, Do you feel you've achieved your American dream?
I think so. I think so. I'm very happy. I was blessed with the opportunity to give vital information to the audience, to entertain them every Saturday night. That was my dream. And I think in part, I accomplished that dream.
If you had a chance to help determine how you would be remembered, how would it be?
Only like a good person, because I think I'm a good person. And I want that the people, they feel that I'm a good person, that I care about them. For me, the people is not a number. For me, reaching the people is very important. I give the best of my soul, the best of my knowledge to anyone that approach me. And I like to be remembered as a good person. That's it. And if you can put the grave, he died the last day at the last minute.
Mario Kreutzberger, Don Francisco, thank you. Thank you for your time. It's great being with you.
Thank you, Jose. Thank you very much for having me in your program.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.